and welcome to episode 2 of Halloween in New York City. Today we are exploring the West Village. So first let's get situated on the map here. The West Village is a neighborhood that's located towards the west and the south of Manhattan. Its official limits, I would say, are 6th Avenue to the east, Houston Street to the south, 14th Street to the north, and the West Side Highway and the Hudson River to the west. So the West Village is actually part of a larger neighborhood which is Greenwich Village. I will not talk a lot about that on this video, but if you want to know more about why this part is West Village and some other part is Greenwich Village and all that, you can go ahead and watch my video about the Greenwich Village. It will be linked up here right now and also down below in the description box. But for this time around, you just need to know that we are going to be exploring this area with these limits that I mentioned before. And this is actually a very exciting and special video for me because the West Village is very well known for its Halloween decorations. Apparently they do great decorations on houses and buildings, but they also have the annual Halloween parade here on the West Village. But me, I have never been here in the 2-3 weeks of Halloween where you see all the decorations go up. In all my years living in New York City, I don't know why, but I've never been here during this time. So it's gonna be a first for me walking around the area, discovering all these decorations. And I'm guessing maybe for many of you also watching this video. Now that we know the plan for today, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Flor. I live and work here in New York City, and on this channel I love creating content around life in the city, exploring different neighborhoods, and also talking a bit about my personal life, my work as a creator, my life as a new mom, and some of the behind the scenes and what I like to do in my free time. If you are new and you still haven't subscribed, please, it would mean the world to me if you were to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified of every time that I upload a new video, which is usually every week or every 2 weeks. And we're so close to getting to 3,000 subscribers. So it's a small number, but it's a lot for me, a huge milestone. So it would really mean the world to me if you were to subscribe and to share this video with anyone else that you feel is going to enjoy this Halloween in New York City content. And as I always say, you can also follow me on Instagram as Pereira, as you're going to see right here. Now that we have our intro out of the way, as I usually say, let's go out and let's explore. Let's go! If you're ever walking around the West Village in New York, I feel like there are a few things that you might want to know about this area. So one of them is that this neighborhood is and has been really important when it comes to the LGBTQ+ community. You may or may not know this, but the Stonewall riots, they started here at the Stonewall Inn, which is a gay bar in the West Village. So this neighborhood has always been like a welcoming place to the community and a place that's very important for their history. I share a lot more about all the history and some important places on my West Village episode of my summer series in New York. It will be linked up here right now and also down below in the description box. Another important thing I think to know about this area is that all the streets in the West Village are off the grid. If you have ever been to New York or if you've seen a map, you'll notice that Manhattan has a very particular and easy grid. You see all the streets running horizontally from west to east or east to west, and all the avenues running in a vertical line from north to south. However, the West Village is like crooked. It's what is called off the grid, and that is because this neighborhood, its grid, its street, follow the path of what the Dutch settlers did when they first arrived here. And most of the streets in the West Village originate in the 18th century, and the grid, the city grid with all the streets, is from 1811. So they were here before the grid, and when they redesigned the city, when they decided where to lay the streets, where the avenues would go and stuff, they decided to leave the West Village as it was. So that's why you will see that the streets here are kind of weird. I always get lost when walking around the area, because suddenly I'm like, oh yeah, this is going great, and then I'm walking on a different street than I was walking before, and I can never figure it out. And it's because of this like diagonals and streets bumping into each other when they really shouldn't. And the third fact, which is more of a fun fact, not that important, is that this is a neighborhood that's very popular among the Hollywood people, I would say, both in real life and in fiction. So for example, here on the street where I'm standing right now, this is Perry Street, and if you have ever watched Sex and the City, which I haven't, but if you have watched it, this is a street where Carrie Bradshaw, the main character, lives. It is also the neighborhood where Sarah Jessica Parker, the actress that plays Carrie Bradshaw, lives, and it's also the neighborhood where Taylor Swift lived at some point, where she wrote Cornelia Street. Cornelia Street is in the area, as you might have seen in one of my previous vlogs. And going back to fiction, this neighborhood is also home to the famous corner in the Friends TV show, the apartment where Monica and Rachel and Chandler and Joey used to live. So very beautiful neighborhood, very popular neighborhood. I feel like this has like very New York vibes. If you have never been to New York, but you have watched TV shows, you have watched movies, you've probably seen the West Village streets because they're very iconic. They have this like very New York charm. Personally, I love walking through this area. The streets have lots of trees, as you can see, and it's overall a very desirable neighborhood, also very expensive. We're not going to talk about that on this video, but just so you know that. Now we are going to keep exploring and seeing if we can find more Halloween decorations. I know that all the addresses of all the houses that we have visited have been showing up on the screen, but if you want to get a map just like this one with all the pins on Google Maps, there will be a link down below in the description box for you to get that. I would also recommend that you watch episode 1 of my Halloween in New York City series if you haven't done so already. In that episode, we are visiting the Upper East Side with lots of more Halloween decorations. So if you love Halloween, if you love New York City, as I usually say, you should definitely check that one out as well. It will be linked up here right now and also down below in the description box. And with that, we are getting to the end of this video and our walk through the West Village, exploring the area and seeing all the Halloween decorations. I feel like overall it was a really nice walk. Not only the area is beautiful, as I mentioned before, but I think they did a pretty great job with Halloween decorations. I think compared to the Upper East, here you see a lot more pumpkins. This beautiful like pastel green, pastel orange pumpkins. Also some weird looking pumpkins that I don't think you see anywhere else. Also lots of flowers in orange tones, which I think is like very particular to this neighborhood. And lots of skeletons. I think those are the 3 things that I saw the most during this walk. Let me know if you notice any other patterns when it comes to the decorations here on the West Village. What you think of these decorations compared to the ones on the Upper East Side? Which one you like the most? If the ones on this neighborhood or that other neighborhood? And what would you choose if you were decorating your own house? I would love to know that. That is going to be it for today's video. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Also to know, there's episode 3 of Halloween in New York City coming next week, so you want to be subscribed. And you can also go ahead, follow me on Instagram as Pereira, as you're going to see right here. That is it. I will see you on the next one. Bye!